5 seconds. The consolidated profit for the year before taxation was 1 million pounds, an increase of 150,000 pounds compared with the previous year. The taxation charge was not affected by the April budget. The net profit after charging taxation and taking to credit taxation for previous periods showed an increase. The total net dividends on the preference and ordinary shares amounted to the same as for the previous year. It will be noted that 40,000 pounds has been transferred to contingency reserve to cover the subsequent loss arising from the reduction in rates of purchase tax in the April budget. In accordance with our usual policy, the stocks on hand at our retail branches upon which purchase tax had already been paid were immediately marked down. We have decided to recommend the same final dividend as last year, thus leaving the total distribution for the year unchanged at 15%. The conditions which affected this decision are largely concerned with our policy for the future. This policy, as you will read in the paragraphs devoted to the retail management group and the wholesale houses, will continue to require large capital sums, and it is our aim, so far as is possible, to finance our capital expenditure out of retained profits. We feel, therefore, that this year should be one of consolidation. 4 years ago, we liquidated our subsidiary company, which owned most of the group's freehold and leasehold properties. I said this in my statement, which accompanied the accounts that year, and at the same time said that during the year we had undertaken a valuation of our property. The object of that valuation was to satisfy us that the balance sheet value placed on the property was fully covered. Since that date, many new properties have been bought, certain old properties have been sold, and large sums have been spent on developing the properties. The directors therefore arranged for bringing the valuation up to date. During the year, we have carried out a reorganization of the retail side of the company's operations. We believe the new organization will lead to greater efficiency and for more concentration. Dear sir, we thank you for your letter of the 7th June asking for our latest price list and catalog, which we have great pleasure in forwarding. We have instructed one of our representatives to communicate with you and to arrange for you to have a trial run in one of our cars at your convenience. If you will be good enough to do this, we have no doubt that you will be pleased with the car and that you will desire to purchase a car of this type. For flexibility, reliability, and power on hills, there is no better car on the market. We think you will agree that our prices compare favorably with other firms, considering that the materials, design, and workmanship are of the highest possible quality. The prices of the chassis in our list includes tires, but we strongly advise you to have a size larger than the standard tire, as the additional comfort fully compensates for the slight extra charge. We cannot guarantee delivery under 6 months, but if you place an order with us, we shall do our utmost to give you early delivery. We can guarantee that delivery we will not exceed 6 months. We undertake repairs to cars of all kinds, and we shall certainly give you a special quotation for the overhaul of your present car. You will see from the testimonials we have received from owners printed at the end of our catalog that our cars have given universal satisfaction. We shall be interested to learn from our representative what your reactions are. Thanking you. Meanwhile, yours faithfully. Dear Madam, I am in receipt of your letter. You have raised very valuable issues of life, and thank you for the same. I hope you will agree with me that you should be wise enough in these days of your youth and have a careful watch about the growth of habits when it is too late. I am quite certain you will allow me to point out that you should not become attached to any habit which is not a good habit. If you permit me to say so, a great deal of your success or failure depends upon your habits. Do you remember that it was said long ago, great is the force of habit? At the same time, you will permit me to remind you that it is very easy to acquire the bad habit and then repenting for the same. I think it is very necessary to recall these things when you are young. I am sure that you will take these into consideration while you are young. I trust that you will make up your mind to acquire good habits rather than regretting at a later stage. I hope you will try to resist any inclination towards the growth of undesirable and bad habits. You always try to be away from bad elements. I do not think that there is no need to say anything more on this very important aspect of life. I am quite sure that you will bear all these facts in your mind at this youthful stage for your own good. I hope I have answered all your issues. Yours sincerely.